We are back today. We haven't got very much done because we have been ordering parts all morning, it seems like. So I've always liked the 73 Grille better than the 79. So of course, 2 years ago, when this thing was still running, that's how long ago it was, I ordered a 73 Grille for it. It had all the plans of putting it in and everything, and it never made it on the car. You want to talk?
No.
It never made it on the car. So I got the grill right here, and what I read online was it should just go right in. However, that is not true. I found another thing online today that it does not go right in. And as you can tell, these bezels do not line up with this grill. And that's because the bezels in 79 are different than bezels in 73. That is not what I read when I first looked at this grill. So we had to buy a whole bunch of more stuff, figure out what we need. There's a whole bunch of parts coming that might run into some problems. I don't know. But as of right now, this grill is going to be able to go on this car. So as of right now, we are going to get the interior worked on, get some of the wiring done on that. We got a lot of the engine wiring done. Fenders should be on it somewhat today. I don't know when, but they're in the body shop getting painted now, so they should be done pretty soon. And then get this mess taken care of. Maybe we'll get some carpet in here today. I don't know.
Who has the most things on the checklist that they've already worked on but didn't finish?
And why didn't I finish it all?
I don't know. That would be your question to answer.
Because you kept telling me, hey, come help me
with
this.
Oh, don't even.
And that turned into, hey, I gotta help you with that.
Whatever.
I can help you doing that and help you finish your tasks.
Hurry up and get stuff done.
All my tasks were left half done.
Okay.
What? Is that true?
In the meantime, I was making up some wires, and I spilled the weather pack connector box all over the floor. So now I get to spend some valuable time that we don't have cleaning that mess up. I'm gonna do this for a hobby. Just every day. Every day I'm gonna just the floor just because it's so much fun. Maybe it helps my brain cells.
Right here, it's a Soundstream. I don't know, I've never heard of Soundstream, but we got it. They're look like a pretty nice amp. It looked pretty nice to be rated. We're gonna get this to run all of our nice fangled new speakers that we were running in this thing. We had 2 speakers, I think, before, one in each door, and they were all ran off the radio. And they were cheap $70 speakers, so as you can imagine, they didn't sound good. And under the power of the old 454, you could not hear it at all going above 20 miles an hour. So with a bigger engine that's gonna make even more noise, you're still not gonna hear it. So we're gonna try our best with all the mini speakers that we bought to be able to at least hear it while we're going down the road. Because on Power Tour, we might get a little bored from just talking to each other. I know I probably will. So we probably need some nice music to just ride along to and do stuff with. So I'm going to mount our nice amp right here under the seat. How hard that is going to be, I do not know. But it's going to be mounted right there. It looks like it's going to need some spacers. I think I'm going to get some nut certed in there. And then we should be able to run the wires back and forth, do everything we need to do, and it should run good. Yeah, no, this has nothing to do with running, so it should sound good. Let's go that. Now I know what y'all are thinking at home. Why are we worrying about speakers if we haven't even heard this thing run? That's a good question. But as of right now, our fenders are still drying from the paint, and we're not gonna be able to put them on until tomorrow. And we want to get the radiator in there, and the radiator hose is made correctly because right now the core support's back, the fenders push it forward. So we just want to make sure when it's all put together and we're in place when we make all the hoses we need to make. So that's why we're doing little stuff like this. that does count, but it doesn't count to getting it running. Why?
That level doesn't level that way, you know.
Why?
Because that's not the way a level works.
Well, why don't they have levels that work that way?
Because that would be a level, that would be a measurer. You would measure from here to there, not a level.
I need a level because then it knows you're not need to create that way. If you're watching this, we need a level that works sideways.
Go, let's flip the truck up on its end, and then you can do it like a picture.
Hey, I mean, sometimes it works. I mean, I was pretty close right there with doing that. It's the secret tool.
Things that I did yesterday because I had a wire that should have been getting ground, getting 12 volts. So anyway, that's all fixed now. So now I just gotta tie all the wires that I cut loose back up, and it'll be done and done right, and then we can move on to something else. Today things are dragging along very slowly.
We're doing stuff, but
I think it's yeah, we're doing stuff, but it's like a lot of the things left are the tedious things, and that's
probably stuff that we've just put off that we didn't want to do.
And that's probably what happens to most people's projects, and it's happening to us today. And we really need to stop, which we probably will in a little while, to do a thorough cleaning of the shop because it's a disaster.
It took me probably 7 minutes to find my wire curbers that I was using. And they turned out to be right on top of my box. So. These are like, what are these things called again? Like little drip rail things. They're drip rails basically. So they were like the nice chrome piece that went over the door. And believe it or not, you cannot find these pieces at all. We've tried everywhere. There's a couple on eBay, but they're not in as good a shape as we would like. They're in about the same shape. So we got some sort of paint remover because these were painted the color of the car. So if we put them back on, they're not gonna match at all. So we think that they're stainless. So we got some aircraft paint remover on it, which smells awful. So we're gonna try to see if that works.
And we probably have read the bottle. It probably says do not use indoor.
Probably says don't use indoor. So I'm gonna probably move that out. God, I'm gonna probably move this outside now. We're dying in here from the smell.
We have made a big FALK'D up mess in our garage, and it's a disaster. So we're probably going to take a little while to clean it up so we can get more done, because we are working on some very tedious wiring things and just small things right now.
Stuff that's not fun.
Yeah, it's definitely not fun. And we're working all up in here on the dash, just trying to get the wires to their new homes. So it's just a mess in here. I mean, we got stuff, the carts are full of trash and old drinks and parts, and all the tools are on top of the toolboxes instead of in them. We got like a side project there where we were trying to clean some stuff off. We even filled the bed of the side-by-side with trash and parts. Stuff's all over this toolbox, and here's our workbench. So we're not really working on the workbench right now. I set up a little thing over here and I made a mess on it too. So that little thing in the back, I've been using that for a workbench, but as you can see, there's stuff all over that too. So we're gonna take some time to clean up.
Just got off the phone with Blueprint about our Vacum Advanced distributor, and they said that they do not want you to run it with Vacum Advanced. So I don't know why they gave us a Vacum Advanced distributor if they have a non-Vacum Advanced distributor. but we just capped that off. So I'm gonna run a vacuum hose. We still need one going from our manifold down to our transmission. So I'm gonna run that right now. We're gonna cap off the one on the fuel pressure regulator because it's gonna give you more pressure if it's in like lower RPMs. So this thing, or no, sorry. It's gonna give you, I don't know. It's basically gonna put way too much pressure on the regulator, and this thing runs so crazy that we just need a steady flow of fuel. So if we do end up needing it, we can easily put one in. But as of right now, we're gonna cap that off too. So we're just gonna need the one hose running from the manifold down to the transmission. In other news, we do have the air cleaner on it, which it looks pretty good on it. Looks like a complete engine, looks like it's ready to run even though it's not. But it looks pretty good. Pretty happy with it. We might even get hood on it without it having clearance issues. I still think we're gonna have to cut some of the supports out, but we might not have to cut a hole in the hood. So that's always a plus. This is a little progress update. We got our vacuum pump right here all mounted up to the inner fender. It's good and tight, so now we just need to wire that up and get hose ran over to the brake booster over there. And I also got some wiring done up here. The AC compressor's wired up back there with the distributor tack thing, and the water pressure sensor is all good. So yeah, you're doing some weird wiring over there. I don't know exactly what you're doing. Doing some wiring stuff. So we're doing some progress, getting stuff done. Hopefully we get a lot of stuff done. That would be nice.